I'm her bunk. If you're like us and lived as a child in the 1940s and 1950s, you'll have to agree that it's hard to believe that we've even survived as long as we have. As children, we would ride in cars with no seatbelts or airbags. Riding in the back of a pickup truck on a warm day was always a special treat for us. Our baby cribs were painted with brightly colored lead-based paint. We often chewed on the crib, ingesting the paint. We had no child-proof lids on medicine bottles or locks on cabinet doors, and when we rode our bikes, we had no helmets. We would spend hours building our go-karts out of scraps and then ride them down the hill, only to find out that we had forgotten the brakes. After running into the bushes a few times, we'd solved that problem. We always walked to school, and in school we all said prayers and the Pledge of Allegiance. Schools didn't offer teenagers an abortion or condoms. We wouldn't have even known what either one was, anyway. We drank water from the garden hose, not from a bottle. We played cowboys and Indians, army, cops and robbers with toy guns, and used our fingers as guns when the toy ones weren't available. We ate Hostess cupcakes, Twinkies, white bread with butter on it, and drank soda with sugar in it, but we weren't overweight because we were always outside playing. We shared one grape soda with 4 friends, and we all drank from the same bottle, and no one died from it. We had fights and we punched each other out and got black and blue and learned to get over it. Little League had tryouts and not everyone made the team. Those who didn't make it had to learn how to deal with their disappointment. Some students weren't as smart as others or didn't work as hard, so they failed a grade and were held back to repeat the same grade. We got cut and we broke bones and we broke teeth, and there were no lawsuits from these accidents. They were accidents. No one was to blame but us. Do you even remember accidents? We all took gym in school, not PE, and risked permanent injury with a pair of high-top kids, which we only wore in gym. We didn't have cross-training athletic shoes with air-cushioned soles and built-in lights and reflectors. Flunking gym was not an option, even for stupid kids. PE must be a lot tougher than gym was. We weren't the least bit bored without computers, PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox, iPods, cell phones, and thousands of digital cable channels. Each day we went off to a vacant lot where we built forts out of branches and pieces of plywood, made trails, and argued over who got to be the good guy. We played King of the Hill on piles of gravel left on vacant construction sites, and when we got hurt, Mom pulled out a 48-cent bottle of Mercurochrome, and then she got angry at us because of the stupid thing we'd done. Now it's a trip to the emergency room, followed by a 10-day dose of antibiotics, and then Mom calls a lawyer to sue the contractor for laying out a pile of gravel, which of course was a threat to our safety. We didn't act up at the neighbor's house either. If we did, we got spanked, which of course is now physical abuse. Summers were spent pushing a real lawnmower. I didn't know that mowers came with gas engines until I was 16, and we got one that didn't even have an automatic blade stop or an auto shutoff. To top it off, not a single person I knew had ever been told that they came from a dysfunctional family. How could we possibly have known that we needed to get into group therapy or into an anger management class? Over the past 60 years, there's been an explosion of innovation and new ideas. Our generation had freedom, failure, success, and responsibility, and we learned how to deal with it all. And if you're an older person like us, congratulations on surviving. We salute you. And that's a wrap.